Less than 30 minutes ago, President Donald Trump flew out of Palm Beach County aboard Air Force One, headed for North Carolina.
The president flying out from a brief visit earlier today in Jupiter. The president was at the Jupiter Inlet Lighthouse today to tout his environmental policies and announcing the expansion of an offshore drilling moratorium along our coastline. His visit comes as an NBC Marist poll shows the president and his Democratic challenger Joe Biden in a dead heat among Florida voters at 48% each. We have live team coverage of the president's visit to Jupiter. We'll start with WPTV's Matt Cesney with more on today's big announcement. Matt?
Yeah, Jay, the president came here to the inlet and had the Jupiter Lighthouse as a backdrop to talk about how Florida is now his home and how he wants to preserve the environment here for future generations. He also talked about his environmental record and said that much federal money has been spent on fighting red tide and toxic algae, shoring up Lake Okeechobee, and also money spent on Everglades restoration. But the main point of this visit, as you mentioned, was to sign that executive order extending the moratorium on offshore drilling along Florida's coastline and also extending that moratorium north into Georgia and South Carolina.
We're maintaining that pristine resource of beautiful, clean environment at every single community in Florida and all over the country. We'll always defend the Everglades, and we will always safeguard the magnificent Florida coastline. We'll expand access for fishermen and sportsmen. We'll uphold your right to hunt, and we will protect your right to keep and bear arms, your Second Amendment.
All right, the president was also joined here by Governor Ron DeSantis and Congressman Brian Mast, among other prominent Republicans. The president also couldn't resist but take verbal shots at Democrats, including his Democratic opponent for president, Joe Biden. Biden today went to Twitter after the president's remarks here to say that the president had planned to allow offshore drilling, but only changed his mind about that just 56 days before the election.